All right, hello and welcome everyone. My name is Kelsey, and today we will be doing a mindfulness meditation practice that is all about approaching things with the beginner's mind. So, the beginner's mind is a concept that comes from Zen Buddhism that has the idea that when you are approaching things in life, whether they are things you've done a million times or things that you've never done or are doing for the first time, to approach any of these elements of life with a sense of openness, of curiosity, um, and of sort of like a childish interest, I guess you could say. We get caught up a lot in our lives when it comes to trying new things, being scared of failure, being scared of rejection, being scared of doing something that maybe we're not good at. So sometimes you can practice in meditation to approach even the things you've always done with a sense of lightness and of curiosity. Because if you can do that with things like the breath, it becomes much easier to be kind with yourself and do things like that when it comes to approaching new things in your life. So, with that being said, no need to remember any of that. It's just a little bit of an introduction. But I ask you now to find yourself into a comfortable seated position, whether it's sitting on top of a cushion like I am, or sitting in a chair with your feet out in front of your knees. And you can start to find a nice soft focus with the eyes. Not quite yet closing them, but just a soft focus, so not looking at really anything in particular. And just allowing yourself to settle in, to notice the blurry outlines of the things around you. Again, not focusing on anything in particular, but just becoming aware of the space. And even while you're aware of the space with the eyes softly focused and still open, I want you to start to notice the breath, the physical sensation of the rise and fall of the chest. And notice how you can be both simultaneously aware of the movement in the body, but also the place that you currently are in, the surroundings that you have around you. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose, all the way to the top. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Two more deep breaths in like that. Still soft focus. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale, side out the mouth. One last time. Breathe deep into that lower belly, expanding the belly outwards. Breathe in. And exhale, side out the mouth, and slowly close your eyes. Allow your breath to come back to the natural state, in through the nose, out through the nose. And find a moment of pause here. Check in briefly with the body and with the mind. Maybe asking yourself, how do I feel today? What is my current internal state? Not judging that state, but just being aware. Even if you don't know right away, that's okay. Just be curious, be open. Starting at the top of the head, we'll do a quick little body scan, taking as much time as you need, starting from the crown of the head and moving in your own time down to notice any physical sensations you have, maybe any emotional sensations, anything that feels stuck, maybe heavy, but also noticing the places that feel peaceful and light. Again, not attaching yourself to anything, but just allowing your awareness to continue downwards over the face and the neck, shoulders, and the chest. Noticing an awareness as to how you arrived on the mat or on your cushion today. If you find yourself getting stuck in any one point or thinking too much about, oh, what do I feel here? Just tell your mind to let it go and continue on. Be curious, be open, like you've never noticed parts of your body before. Maybe you've never noticed where a certain emotion sits. Nothing is right or wrong. We're just remaining curious, tuning in. And once you've found your way all to the toes, you can start to bring the awareness back to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Finding where you notice the breath the most. For some, it's the air coming in and out of the nostrils. For some, it's the rise and fall of the chest. Or maybe it's the in and out of the belly. Wherever it is for you, just allow your focus, your attention to rest there. Once you've found that place within your body, I want you to imagine or connect with that inner child, the one that is curious, excited about new things. And I want you to find a quality of curiosity about that breath. Seeing if you can notice how each inhalation is slightly different from the others. And every exhalation also is different from the one that came before and the one that came before that. Finding a sense of lightness and curiosity and excitement with the breath. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. Just allowing yourself to enjoy this connection with yourself. And if you find yourself and your mind starting to wander like sometimes little children do, invite it to come back to the breath, maintaining that sense of curiosity, of excitement. Maybe even becoming acutely aware of how this makes the rest of your body feel. To approach something that you do every day, so many times a day, with awe and wonder. How each and every little one is a little bit different when we become mindful of what we are doing. And if the mind starts to wander to something else, just allow it, invite it to come back. Again, finding that quality of curiosity, childlike interest for the breath. Noticing each inhalation as if it's the first time you've ever noticed, and each exhalation with the same level of intent, fascination. Approaching it with the beginner's mind. Feel yourself trying to hold on too tightly or concentrate too much. Try to even let a little bit of that go and just allow the focus to just rest, not hanging on tightly, not straining the mind. Just have a feeling of lightness. when you find yourself distracted, just come back to that breath, to that childlike interest. And on the next exhalation, I want you to take the focus off of that breath and instead I want you to imagine or to think of something currently in your life at the moment that is a challenge, something that you've been avoiding, procrastinating, not thinking about it, but just allowing this situation or this thing to take form in your mind, not needing to think about it, but just allowing it to just simply be there. It could be a person, a situation, a challenge at work. I want you to allow this idea or this concept to just simply sit there in your mind and allow your focus and your attention to explore it with that same lightness and curiosity you did with the breath. Maybe it has a shape or a color or a texture, maybe a specific feeling that comes up when you conjure it in your mind. If you're feeling resistance, just ask that resistance to step aside just for a moment, just so you can look at the thing with some curiosity, childlike. Maybe it feels big, maybe it feels small, whatever it is. Just remaining curious and open to this challenge or hurdle that you're currently facing. Not feeling so pulled into it or dragged down by it, but just a lightness. Interesting. Again, if any resistance or fear comes up, just asking that resistance to just soften for a moment. You're just trying to get to know it. This challenge with a new perspective, with new eyes. Again, not getting pulled down or swayed in any way, thinking too much about the situation, but just simply holding it in your mind and being curious. Curious about the emotions you feel, curious about the awareness it takes up in your mind. Maybe if it feels right, even dropping a question into the mind of, if this were easy, what would I do? If I was curious like a child towards this challenge, how might I feel? What actions might I take? Not looking for an answer, but just asking the question and seeing if anything pops up. There's no right or wrong. Just again being curious and of the beginner's mind, open, receptive, excited, with a certain sense of calm and trust. And asking, if I could approach this and it were easy, what might I do? How would I feel? Or maybe even asking yourself, how could I approach my life more with the beginner's mind? And once you are ready, go ahead and let go of anything you're thinking about. Let go of the situation, the breath, and just allow your mind to be free for a few moments. If it wants to think, let it think. Just allowing the mind to expand. And start to find your way back to the body, to the physical space around you. Notice the weight of your body on the chair, the weight of your arms on your legs. Noticing any smells or any sounds around you. And even noticing the light or dark with the eyes closed, but you can still see just a little bit. Take a deep inhale through the nose all the way up to the top. Breathe in. And exhale out the mouth. Two more in your own time. Breathe in. And exhale, side out the mouth. Take one more deep breath in, all the way into lower belly. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Hold at the top. Hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Allowing the breath to return back to normal. If you'd like to stay a little bit longer, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes, starting to bring a little bit of more life into the body. Maybe allowing for a nice deep stretch with the arms up, or maybe a big hug if that's what you need. Again, when we approach life with the beginner's mind, it can be such a beautiful way to practice when we're facing challenges. So, as you go into the rest of your week, I invite you to find situations that you encounter all the time and see what you can find different in that experience. And if you come across situations that are maybe new, to still cultivate that sense of childlike enthusiasm and excitement for it. It will feel much less heavy, and you'll be able to approach it with a much greater sense of groundedness and lightness. Thank you so much for your time.